Hello, my people. Welcome to our channel. It's new year again. I'm so super excited to have you here.
Hey guys, welcome to our channel. This is Sam. We actually went to the same university, University of Ibadan in Nigeria, and then of course I was a senior. I was a year ahead of her. We met in the fellowship. We attended the same fellowship. We attended the Apostolic Church Student Fellowship of Nigeria, and then of course, as I said earlier, I was a senior, so we welcomed her. I was one of those that welcomed her into the fellowship. All those freshers orientation, all those fresher stuff.
Basically, where we met at the University of Ibadan, Nigeria, and in Taxon specifically. Taxon was fellowship we attended while we were in school. Okay, when I came in then, I was a fresher, a naive fresher.
No.
While he was already in 200 level, he was a year ahead. Yes. So we're just there, fellowship members. He was an executive. I was just a member. Okay, then maybe I became a freshers executive too. Alright, so basically during my first year, I can't really remember us having any close relationship. That was around when it was in 200 level. I can't remember if there was any. I can't really remember. Like we were really, I can't remember.
Okay, I think the earliest time I can remember seeing her was one evening service, one Thursday evening service. So I was expected to pay attention, of course, to everybody coming into fellowship, moving out of the fellowship. I mean, just normal executive duties. So I just saw the lady just enter the fellowship, went towards I think it was the middle row, yeah, towards the front, and that was before 7, because service starts ordinarily by 7 p.m. So she just went there, stood there, and I was watching her. Oh, that's smart, and then small. Then she was using these bags that athletes use then. That was the bag she was carrying. And then I just started noticing now, you get close to everybody as an escort. You get, especially the new people, you want to make them feel at home. Okay, so generally, which I did as a brotherly love for everyone. I got close to everybody, got close to her, and then we didn't really get close until I think she was in 200 level. Yeah, we didn't really get close until she was in 200 level. I think I can remember we had a program then, and then at that time our roommate was also very functional in the program. She was also very functional. And then we were talking, and I just said, "Oh, I'm coming to greet you guys. I'm coming to say hi to you guys." And then that was it. I went to say hello to them. And then at that time, I remember I started studying. There's a primary school. That same fellowship venue that we use is a primary school. So I remember I started studying there with some friends. So when I went to greet them, then we got talking. I mean, we talked so much, we related so much, so well, and then we talked about studies, talked about academics, and then they said, "Oh, they would like to join the study," and then we started studying together. And it was a big family. As a roommate, Sister Mayowa, then we started studying together with my friend Rosan, Samodu, and some other.
200 level, there was accommodation challenge. We were already given accommodation on campus, so we had to rent an apartment outside. I had a roommate then, Akimayowa. She was my roommate, and so we're outside. We're living off campus together. And at the point, it became very stressful for us because 200 level we had a lot of courses, and we go back home late at night after classes, and sometimes when we had to go to fellowship after class, then we get home tired and we're not able to read. So later we heard that some people were using the fellowship center as library. some executives and some other fellowship members, and we felt okay. I think, and they usually do that over the night, like after class, they go home to freshen up, then come to the fellowship center to reach, then the following morning go back to the room very early, freshen up, then go for class and like that. So we felt okay, it would be good if we could actually join them, because that will help us to study better. That even if you eventually sleep off, there'll be someone that will wake you at a particular time to study for a few hours at night before the following day. And so we decided to join them, myself and my roommates then. So we joined them, and of course my husband Sam was one of the people studying there, and I think that was how we really became quite close, very close. That was how, because at that time, people that usually come for that overnight reading, we were like a family. We were closer than other fellowship members because we see regularly, we talk regularly, we interact regularly, and many times, sometimes we talk about life issues other than just reading. So it was actually a very interesting and fun time for everybody. As we were studying, we were also building our lives, we were interacting, we were making useful, we're having useful interactions too. So, and that was it.
We started studying, we started reading together, and then every night we come together to do that. And doing that, we became so close, we were getting closer. And in fact, I remember one night we brought food. We do bring food, okay? We study overnight, so some bring food to study, and then she cooked food that time, and she came with the food too, and as I ate it, and I was like, oh, this is good. And then she was like, how many percent, how will I rate it? And then of course we usually just rate food generally, so I just said, this food is beautiful, sweet, but the lady that will get 100% will be my wife. Now no person can get 100% aside my wife. Just jokingly, I was just saying it jokingly. And then of course it happened that we just became closer and closer and closer.
Some things had to just bring us closer. Like there was a time we inquired together. It was a coordinator and I was the choir treasurer. So of course, coordinator and treasurer work talk about how to move the unit forward every now and then and all that.
Of course, around that 300 level, 200, 300 level, I believe God started speaking to me about who my wife would be, and then somehow I developed this likeness for her too. And then in fact, it just suddenly happened that I just get to think about her more than every other sister. We are, of course, I was an ESCO. I'm expected to think about all our members, okay? But just that there was this extra thinking about her. In fact, that time I was growing in the gift, operating the gifts of the Spirit. I started knowing things about her that I ordinarily wouldn't have known. I didn't understand how it happened. I didn't have so much understanding of the gift of the Spirit then. So I would start knowing things about her and all those stuff. The particular attention was so much.
At the point in 200 level, I wasn't feeling well. I think it was during exam period. I think I missed an exam that particular day. I wasn't able to write it. So some fellowship members came to our house to visit. I was so shy because I'm not really used to many people coming to visit me. I was so shy that they was like, what's all this? So after that day, I think it was like a week after or so, 2 weeks after, someone called me in fellowship. So that was, she was our sister's coordinator, and she was asking me, what's going on between you and Bro Sam? And I was like, which Bro Sam? He said, Bro Sam Ajayi. I said, Bro Sam. I said nothing. What can she observe? She now said that she just feels that the brother was getting overly concerned with everything that pertains to me and everything. I said, good for him, man. He's not a brother. That's how brothers should behave. She now said that one was extra. I now said that actually for me, there was nothing going on. There was just a good brother. And that was all. She now said, okay, she just be careful, and so on. I said, okay, thank you, and that was all.
It was so much that I started finding myself doing things, drawn to do things for her, things I naturally wouldn't have done for other sisters. I mean, if I remember one time she was not feeling well, and then we escorted her to go to her place in Agbowo UI to say hello to her. In fact, she missed some exam because of that. And then, of course, I was there, and Sister Modupe, Profemi, Adeshino, and some other people, we were there. And then I was outside. She was inside, so other people, they were just telling her, oh, sorry, stay strong, this and that. And Sister Modupe or Profemi, either of the two guys, they just went, Bro Sam is also here. She just went, she was so shy, and then, of course, everybody noticed that situation, that it seems there is something more. And then, of course, after those period, I think I confided, I told Sister Munupe or Bro Tumayo, I think, and Bro Sam, and I think some other people that say, I love this scene, I just don't know what, just, you guys should just watch my back, so that I don't go beyond my boundaries. If you think I'm going beyond my boundaries, how brother love, I told them I'm not coming to propose yet. I said I'm not seeing marriage committee. I'm just telling you about what I'm feeling. Okay. So I told them that, okay, if you guys see that it seems I'm doing beyond my boundaries, I'm going beyond my boundaries, you can call my attention. Okay, this and that. And then it went on like that. I kept my emotions, of course, in check.
Okay, at the point I was in 300 Depan during the final year they were leaving, it was the general secretary. And sometimes we were making announcements, and sometimes you just have to look towards my direction. And whenever our eyes just crosses, I was just be like, what's the brother looking at me? And if I know I was going to just take it with eyes. So those words are actually very funny.
But I kept the word of God, wrote it down somewhere. I kept it in my heart. I knew that this is what God wants for me. This is who God wants for me. So I just kept it because I knew I was not ready for a relationship. I knew I was not ready at that time. So I just kept it in my heart. So in fact, I remember one time in Nigeria, then in Ibadan especially, then there was this rain, there was this massive flooding in Agbowo. And I remember that it was August 26, if I'm correct, and then 2011, yeah. And I remember we were planning for a party, departmental party, and I was the general secretary, and we were planning, and the rain started, and I just suddenly felt the urge to pray, and I went somewhere into a corner, and I started praying, started groaning, and after a while I felt the relief, and then, so I remember I got home around 11 p.m. on that day, and then when I got home, I just started trying a number. I started calling her. I started calling her roommate's number. It was not going through, and I had a flash, a picture of phone inside the water, and then all those things happened. I was disturbed, but I remember that night God spoke to me. He said, "The person you will marry cannot die." I was thinking, will the person God want me to marry just die or something like that? And I God was saying, no, the person cannot die, this and that. And then you see, I had that assurance then that yes, the person God is doing me can die. Those are some of the things that strengthen my convictions, aside from the things that God said from His Word and many other things. So,
okay, fast forward to when second semester at 200 level, there was an incident. There was a flood, one terrible flood like that happened around that time, and myself and my roommates were badly involved. That flood is another story for another. The flood is a very long story actually, so I wouldn't like to go into details today. But all right, so we were actually caught in the flood in someone's house, one of our friends members' house that we went to visit because she lost her mom that week, so we went to visit her. So after being badly affected by the flood, in fact we were meant to die in that flood. That will be another video. And so after a while we came out of the flood fine, and And then that was all I knew about the flood until I started hearing this part of the story about the flood. Okay. And so, okay, then basically between 200 level to 300 level, that break in between, that period actually started. I started having a kind of attraction, a kind of, it's like a call of attention towards him, and I was like, what's peculiar about this brother? Like, not of what the brothers in the fellowship. Why was I so keen about this particular one and everything? I just felt it's one of those things. He's a good brother. Probably he's one of the blessings, and he's one of the people that I relate with very closely. So that could be a factor. So I just ignored it. So fast forward to 300 level. Of course, between that time and 300 level of first semester, somehow I already knew in my spirit that something was going on that was beyond just ordinary, but I chose by myself to ignore. And probably because of prior decisions I'd made for myself that really helped my heart, I decided that I was not going to gamble in relationships. I was not going to just do, let's have one boyfriend, then if it works we'll marry, if it doesn't work, no. I wasn't in for that. There was this kind of pride, let me call it pride, that God helped my heart with. It was a spiritual pride. I didn't want to say that. I didn't want a guy to see me one day and say that's my ex. So I was just there, and I just made up my mind, and I said, if it's actually true that God could make marital decisions for people, I think I actually want it that way. And I want something certain, something sure, that I won't have to be gambling around. So that really kept my heart, and I was not actually willing to just opt into just any relationship. I was just there. I was keeping my very early in 300 level. From the period after that flood until that time, I remembered I started asking God what His purpose was, what the purpose of my life was. The question I kept on asking Him was why I didn't die in that flood, because I can't still explain how God actually rescued me. I would have been drowning in a house for like over an hour, and I couldn't even swim. But God rescued me. So I just wanted to know why He kept me. Was I so useful to Him and all that? So at that point in 300 level first semester, I got God quite clearly on my purpose, on what He will have me to do. And at that point, He was speaking to me about what I was going to marry and what we'll be doing together. And many of those things were falling in place. So to Sam, I just started knowing some things about him too, particularly that was particular to him. And at a point, even sometimes before I got to fellowship, I would have just seen the clothes he was going to wear, and I'll just get to fellowship and just see it. And I'm like, what? Must I always know about this particular brother? Why not someone else? What was all this? So after when they were leaving, it was part of the what they call them, choice committee, people that were going to choose next executives. So I was chosen as an executive to hold 2 offices actually. And at that time, I had no clue about what was going on in those 2 units in the fellowship, because I was not even a member. So I didn't know why I should be the coordinator. So I had to really pray to trust God for what to do. For what to do, I just really had to know what to do. And at that time, after trusting God, knowing for instructions on how to run the tenure and all that, and after that, I wasn't even praying about the issue of marriage as such, and I just had the Holy Spirit telling me, confirming to me again that Samuel Ajayi was going to be my husband. I said, who? Out of all the many things he told me that day, I wrote those ones in my diary. But that particular one, I was just like, this one, can this one be from God, or just my flesh? So I just felt, let me just take note of it so that it don't look as if I'm doubting God, but really, what I was like, really, was that really from God? So in my diary at that time, I just scribbled it somewhere. Till today, nobody can read what I wrote there except me. So that it did not look as if I was disobeying God's instruction. But I knew it was God anyway, but as much as possible, I was trying to weed that off my mind, because At that point too, I didn't feel I was ready for any relationship, so I didn't want anything to be held in mind at that time. That was just it. So I just kept it, and it was this. And of course, we continued and of course, because of all those things I started perceiving about him, things I knew about him, things that I felt God had told me about him, I started stylishly avoiding him in fellowship, because I was thinking, okay, could our closeness, could our friendship be the ones actually influencing all these things? So as much as possible, I will just avoid him. If I hear his voice somewhere far away, I'll just try to take another direction so that we don't have to talk so closely and we don't have to interact for too long and all those things. And I was doing all those things as if they were acting. So at that point in 300 level, when it became very obvious to me that there's something very particular about this brother, I had to confide in somebody, our sister's coordinator at that time. And I told her, I don't actually know what's happening to me. Like, I can't really explain it. And the truth was, at that time, if you really ask me, what do you like about this brother?
Not.
I can't really say anything. I can't really say, because I had personal criteria of who I really wanted to marry. I knew I was not a tall person, so I really wanted to marry someone that was very tall, and someone, I sure had those criteria like that. So I actually didn't meet them. So I didn't have any particular thing I can say I really liked about him. Okay, except for the fact that it was a nice brother. It was a good brother in fellowship, and it was mature. It's filled with wisdom. After that, there was nothing really special. I was just there. I couldn't really explain why I had this attraction towards him particularly. Of course, I told Onisame was also my very good friend. Because some people who had challenged me and asked me if I was dating Onisame, but we're just very close, and it was nothing. So those were my roommates, my 3 level roommate, Akimayo. In fact, she told me one day that I should stop avoiding things, that it was going to be him I was going to marry. I was like, why are you saying that? I was even saying God was big sometimes. Even though I knew that something was happening. So towards the end of our 300 level, when they had to graduate from school, a part of me was happy, and I felt, okay, thank God they are going. If all my perceptions all the while had actually been because I see him regularly in fellowship and we had been close, now that they are going, at least I'm going to have a kind of break to be able to be sure if my perceptions were correct. And I also knew that as a lady, no matter how very, very sure I was inside me that this person was going to be my husband, I would never go to him to propose to him or do anything special to make him see, to call attention until he actually comes to propose. So as much as I had word from God and all the confirmations, the last confirmation was still very important, which was proposal for him. And I made up my mind that no matter how much a guy comes around me, shows me signals, shows me attention, shows me love, I would never assume all those things for I want to marry you until he come and speak it in clear English or clear Yoruba language that I want to marry you. That's when I'll take it as I want to marry you. So I decided that I was not going to interpret anything for what it's not. So I just kept my cool. So during service, and another thing I was already like, when he goes for service here, you see many other ladies now. So the last confirmation I needed was that if God had actually spoken to me, God will also speak to him, and then he will not be able to. He won't make other choices, and still have to come back to me. So I just keep my cool. So sometimes when he was in service here, he served in washroom. He will call, say hello, as much as possible at that time. So of course we gisted a lot. We were close from fellowship, so we had many things to talk about whenever he calls. But at that time too, I still guarded my heart, and I told myself, someone calling you every now and then to check on you is not I want to marry you. So I still kept my cool, and I was like, I'm not engaged, and that really helped my heart during the relationship, during our period of just friendship. And so at that point, when we got to 400 level, he was 7 at that time. There was this ASO strike, and that ASO strike God really helped me at that point a lot and gave me all the confirmations, dotted my I's, crossed my T's, sorted my doubts and everything I had about if it was the one or not.
So were there were there other ladies that like ordinarily there are ladies that I like, yeah. But I'm not sure I really gave thought to anyone like being my wife. I liked our roommate too then. Yeah. I liked other sisters in the fellowship, yeah, but ours was just it was just a knowing, you know. There is a way you can differentiate between someone you just like this that you just have the affection for, that you know that is the chemistry, the normal way the body reacts to good things, the normal way the body reacts to beautiful things. Okay, yeah, I know there were people like that, but ours was just special. And then I mean I've decided a long time ago with my friend Emmanuel that when we keep ourselves, in fact, that the lady we won't do jump around from ladies to ladies. The lady will be married, we propose to eventually be the lady we will marry. Of course, that worked out.
So at that point, I was actually very sure that he was going to be the one, except for the fact that he has not proposed letter for letter, word for word. And I made up my mind that if a man will not do that, I would not assume any of his gestures for I want to marry him. And so and that was it.
And but did I propose to her? I didn't propose to her before leaving Dubai. But we were so close. I made sure that we became friends, you know, godly wisdom. I made sure that we moved so close. I was so close with her and with some friends. So we built that relationship. And when I left University of Ibadan too, when I was serving in Osun State, I kept that communication open with her. I mean, I continued to communicate. I didn't allow it to die down because one thing that gave me assurance is that, okay, if this is God's plan for me, and nothing can shake it. And for goodness sake, when I knew I was going to marry her, that she was going to be the person I would marry, I think I was 17 or so, 17 or 18. I think I was 18. I think I was 18 then, yeah. I should be around 18. So I knew I was just not ready. Okay. So I didn't propose to her. I went to service here. And going to service here, I knew I was not going to have anybody to propose to in service here. I knew God has a plan for me, which I kept the contact with. In fact, whenever I speak with people in service here, even though I had not proposed to her, whenever I speak with sisters in service here, I always let it, because I got close with so many sisters in service here too. Somebody used to call me married counselor, women counselor. So as I get close to them, I let them know that, see, there's someone whose direction I'm looking at, so that they don't feel, so that I don't raise their hopes. Like, yes, Bro Sam or Sam is still there for me to, that Sam will come to propose, Sam will come to speak to me and all this stuff. I didn't raise their hope. I let them know as much as they have. I have someone whose direction I'm in. In fact, that's a story for another day. Okay, and I let them speak with her. I let them speak with her. And say this. So those I allowed myself to